Hello guys and welcome back. Today I am doing a full day wear test of a new concealer from Valentino, and I also picked up one of the blushes just to try out. Now this brand overall never really drew me in. I was never really interested. It just was okay. And when I saw the concealer, I put a poll on Instagram and the majority of you guys said you want to see a review. So I picked it up. A lot of you guys were like, oh my gosh, their stuff is so good. And some of you were like, it's awful. Don't even bother wasting your money. But I'm curious. So the blush I picked up is in the color 2. And this is the packaging. And then this is the concealer. And it is a little light. I have swatched it yesterday when it arrived on my hand. I was like, ooh, that's a little light, but we'll make it work. So if you're interested, continue watching. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tania. Don't forget to subscribe down below and let's get started. I obviously have put my makeup on. I've been wearing the Glossier eyeliner since I picked it up and I really like it. It lasts really well. So I've been loving this winged liner and nothing else. But let's move on to the concealer. The concealer runs for $35 and it is supposed to be a radiant finish, hydrating, medium coverage, cream formula, and long wearing. The packaging is nice and simple, nothing special. It's a plastic and it doesn't feel quite as luxurious as like the Givenchy concealer that I just reviewed. This is the applicator, is quite tilted, but it's nice because it fits nice in the inner corner of your eye. The color, as you can see, is very light. I got the color LN3, and this is supposed to be a light medium with neutral undertones. Now, I do have a tan on, so I'm hoping we can make this work. But it definitely has that radiant finish. On the skin, it feels quite nice, very soft, not too heavy, but not as creamy as the Givenchy. I'm going to compare it with the Givenchy a lot because I just tested this out and they have the same claims. All right, let's try this on. I am going to start here. So this is supposed to be medium coverage, and from swatching it, I can really tell that it's not full coverage, which I like. It looks quite light for me. Let's blend this out. Okay, I feel like it dried down quite quickly just while I was looking for a brush. Do the nose and the under eye at the end. I already have like a bronzer on slash contour. I'm gonna take this and blend it around. And then let's see it under the eyes. So I did, like I mentioned, swatch it yesterday, and I liked the consistency that it had. It felt like simple, not too heavy, not too liquidy, just nice. Oh, that actually works. The color is definitely brightening, but I don't mind that. It's actually quite a nice color. And remember, I just got a tan like a day or two ago, so probably for most days this color will be nice, a little brightening, but not too light. Ooh, I like that a lot. Let's put it here a little bit. And that took no time to blend. So here we have it with concealer and without, and I feel like it definitely brightened me up. As I mentioned, this is a bit light for me, but I like the way it looks under the eyes. It's not as radiant as the Givenchy new concealer. It's a little bit softer, and it sets in faster. Like, I feel like it dries down a little bit faster than the Givenchy. With that one, I had a lot more time to play with this, but this sets much faster, and I could see myself not having to powder this. I may eat my words later, but I'm gonna try one with powder and one without and just see how it wears throughout the day. Let's do the other side, and we may have to brighten up a little bit on the forehead. So the texture is not, like I mentioned, not liquidy. It's just a nice light texture. And here it dried down, and here is me applying a fresh one. And I feel like it does go slightly darker once it dries. So that's good for me. Because when I pulled it out yesterday, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I keep having to buy 2 different colors of each concealer I test because I keep messing up my color. And I don't want to keep doing that, you know? These concealers are not cheap. I'm going to put a little bit up here to brighten up, maybe here. The foundation I'm wearing is the Chanel Le Beige, and I'm in B30. I feel like the coverage is slightly buildable. I don't think you're going to get full coverage, but it's perfect for me. And if you need to cover darker under eyes, you can always put a corrector underneath. I was debating doing that, but I'd rather test this with powder and without powder to see just how it works. Here we have the concealer on both sides. For some reason, it looks smoother on my right side than my left. On my left, I can kind of see like the dots. You know how we all have like that, those dots under the eyes. I wouldn't say they looks textury, but it's more noticeable on this side than this. This is smoother. I wonder if I let the concealer sit a little bit and then blend it out, and here I just went straight and blended this out. But I'm taking a little bit of powder, even though right now I don't feel like I need to powder. I feel like it's not luminous enough and it hasn't moved much at all. It just seems like it just stays there where you put it. That could be a good and a bad thing, but for me right now it feels nice and I don't feel the need for powder. However, I will powder this left side a little bit just to see the longevity of this product. This took a little bit of that brightness, calmed it down. I still prefer this right side. I really like the way the right side looks. It's brightening and smoothing. And again, I feel like I let the concealer set on this side. Like I put it and blended the other sides and then I came to the under eye. So it applied more coverage. It almost dried down a little bit and then I blend this out. And I know that's a technique a lot of people use. So it seems like here it worked really well. There's something on the left side that just looks a little bit more textury and I don't know. I'm like torn. I really like the right side. I don't love the left side. But I'm going to wear it all day, do some check-ins in natural light, and let you guys know my thoughts. Okay, let's move on to the blush. I actually have to go to a birthday party, so we got to hurry this up. This is the blush. Actually, let me show you the outside. So even though it looks super fancy, it actually feels very light. It doesn't have a ton of weight to the packaging, but that's okay. There's a brush right here, which I probably would never use, and this is the blush. It has luminosity to it. Look at that. And it feels very nice, almost cream-like. It's nice. I'm taking a BK Beauty 104, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit here. Let's see. I heard really good things about this blush. Reviews and just people loving the formula. It's supposed to be for eyes and cheek. I already have my liner on. Oh, I like the color a lot. I do like the color a lot. I think it's a beautiful color, but I wouldn't say it's the most unique thing I've seen. I'm trying to be very critical of this blush, but I kind of like this. I love the color. This is the color, oops, the color 2. Is there a name to it? A Very Rose. And so you can see here with and without. Ooh, I love this color. So I feel like when I first apply it, it doesn't go as smooth as like my Gucci. The Gucci almost feels more creamy when I apply it, but this, once you blend this out, it's really, really nice. it almost feels drying than the Gucci. I compare it to Gucci because that's one of my favorite blushes. So when I touch the Gucci it's softer, but this is more matte. And then the Valentino feels creamier and like it would be glowier, but on the cheek, it actually goes softer, which I like, and almost more drying. Maybe it's also the brush I'm using. I usually use my discontinued Real Techniques one, and I'm trying to be better at picking a different one because everybody's like, what's that brush? And I'm like, it's this one, but I think they reformulated it. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush, put this in my crease and bring it out. I intentionally did not wear any highlighter because I really wanted to see how this blush would work. And I don't see a lot of glow. There's a little bit, like, obviously, but this is supposed to be quite radiant because when you swatch it, there's a lot of radiance to it. It's a pretty radiance. I mean, I see it. I'm gonna have to go in natural light and see it, but right now I really like it. I was kind of slightly hoping I would not like it. I don't know why. Just maybe because some of you guys were like, don't waste your money. It's not good. The blushes are horrible, but I mean, I like it so far. I think the color is so beautiful, and I like the color so much that makes me really like the way this looks. So I'm looking really up close to see if there's any like splotchiness or anything on the cheek, and I really don't see anything. I will say it wasn't as easy to blend in as the Gucci. Like the Gucci almost has this softness to it, this filter that just blurs your cheeks, and it blends in so easy. This one I had to build up the color a little bit, which I actually like, and blend it in a little bit more. However, I do like the finished look. I think it's really beautiful. It still feels kind of like matte on the cheek with a slight luminosity. I hope you guys can see here the luminosity. I think it's really beautiful. I'll show you more in natural light. Right now I have to go get my daughter dressed and go to a kid's birthday party. I'm not going to put any highlighter on. I want to see how the concealer, the blush look like throughout the day, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. First check-in. It's been some hours. I don't even know. I've been to a child's party. Andrew's here with me. We're having coffee and some desserts, which if you guys could see. Look at this. This with black coffee, it's like amazing. Okay, I brought my little dandy mirror from the Valentino, and I was looking really up close. This concealer is extremely light on the skin. It is kind of skin light. However, I do see it separating. I don't think it's the most smooth. So this is the side, let's zoom in actually. Okay, so here we are zoomed in. This is the side where I powdered and the side that I didn't powder. I mean, there's slight differences. This is still a little, maybe smoother, but not as brightening as this one. I don't think I have a preference. I don't know. None of them look absolutely amazing. However, I do like the way this feels. It feels very minimalistic. It almost feels like I put a little bit of an eye cream on and not concealer. Also, the coverage is more on the, I would say it's a medium coverage, but it definitely has separated a little bit. Not enough where it's noticeable. Unless you look really close in the mirror, but once I looked really close, I could kind of see some texture. And the blush, I love the blush. I think the blush is wonderful, and I love it. I love it a lot. How does my makeup look, Andrew?
Makeupy.
Makeupy.
Very good.
He has to say that. Truly. Can you see a difference in my concealer?
This side looks a little cakier.
This side. He says this side looks cakier.
This
This is the one.
right?
Yeah, this is the one I didn't powder. This side. He's an expert in makeup, if you guys don't know.
I know all the brands.
He does actually know all the brands. Anyway, yeah. Slightly disappointing on the concealer. Absolutely loving the blush, as if I needed more blushes. Yes, I know. Okay, and also the blush has a scent. I'm not sure about the concealer. I need to go check. I'll update you tonight on the concealer, but the blush definitely has a strong scent. So, all right, we're about to have some of our dessert right here, and some of this coffee right here, and I'll see you in a little bit. I am back inside. It was really cold outside, but we had our treats and all the yummy stuff. But inside, the makeup looks better. I feel like the natural light just shows everything. I think inside here, when I looked in the mirror, it looked better. Still not my favorite. I think there's so many other concealers that are much better than this. But I just thought I would kind of show you here how it looks like in this light. Because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, outside it shows almost too much where it's unrealistic. It doesn't look like that. But this is how we're looking like. And I still have the same thoughts pretty much. I'm loving the blush though. I think it's beautiful. 'Tis the end of the day, 12 plus hours later, and I have some thoughts on this concealer. I did put a little bit of this Valentino eye glitter on top. I remember that I had one product from Valentino. I thought maybe I should just throw this in here. So this is the glitter that I have, and the color is 02 Dreamdust. And this actually has, I think, pretty bad reviews at Sephora because it's like straight up glitter, and it's not soft and elegant like Tom Ford. It's like glitter. I mean, I kind of like it for really special occasions, not every day. I literally use this for New Year's Eve, I think, maybe Christmas party or something like that. That's it. But I thought I would just include this one. Also, the packaging of this one is nice because it has like a nice glass. Okay, moving on to the blush because I know my thoughts on the blush. So this blush costs $52. I just checked before I sat down and I'm like, did I pay $52 on this blush? I do like the blush. I feel like it lasted pretty well. Think of it that I put it this morning. We even had bath time with the kids and I was out and about all day. So I feel like it lasted pretty well. I don't love the packaging. I know a lot of people do, but I don't love red in general. Red is not my favorite color. And I don't like that it feels, and it is plasticky, but it's like a light plastic. It's not heavy duty plastic. So it feels like it should be costing $25. You know, it should not cost $52. I do like the actual blush. So, you know, I'm going to use it and wear it, but I think there's better value for your money. Like the Gucci is less expensive and it's absolutely gorgeous, probably better than this one in my opinion. But I can't deny the fact that I do really like this blush and I love this color and I feel like it lasted really well. Okay, moving on to the concealer. I feel like I'm bummed because I love the way this concealer feels. It feels like absolutely nothing. It feels like maybe an eye cream and then throughout the day you just don't feel it. But it didn't look great under the eyes. It's separated. You know, it's funny because it only separated up here, not around my cheek where I applied it, or my forehead, or my nose. It's right under my eyes that it separated, and you can see it in the outside footage in natural light. Like you can really see that. And so because of that, it's like a dud in my opinion. I think this is $37, so it's a lot of money. I looked at Sephora and this has like 5 out of 5 stars. And I mean, the way Dior Backstage, this one, a lot of people love this one. And I what this did to me, Dior did to me, it like separated under my eyes. Even though like overall I like the look of both of these concealers, they both just separated under my eyes. So I'm trying to see if the texture is similar, and maybe it's just the texture with my skin that they don't work. No, the Valentino is creamier and lighter in texture. The Dior one is still light, but anyway, they're different texture. But yeah, that I'm bummed because I love the way it felt, the way it looked from far away, and then the second I kind of got close, I could see it like completely separating under my eyes. I didn't feel that like the powder and the non-powder looked any different, maybe a little bit, but anyway, I didn't think it creased necessarily, just separated. However, I am going to give it a few more tries because I really want to make this work, because I really like the overall effect. I love the way it felt. I love the way it looked from far away. And when I looked inside the house mirrors, like my under eyes looked good, you know, but when I got close and really saw it right on the outer area right here, it was separating. So I'm committed to give it a few more tries to see maybe I find a way to work with this, because I think there's something special in this concealer. The finish is nice, how light it is, and I like the coverage. So the fact that it separated on me and it didn't separate on other people that I've, you know, seen makes me want to try this concealer again. However, I do want to do a speed review, and I'm going to include like makeup products that I've tested in the past couple of months and give an update on what I think. So I'll have probably my final thoughts on the concealer then. Oh, I didn't even do a zoom in. Let's zoom in. So this side right here is the one that was powdered and not powdered. And as you can see, it's like pretty much gone right under here. I feel like around the pore area, actually I think around the pore area right here where I pulled it down, it looks very natural, very skin-like. I like that area. I just don't like it right under the eyes. One thing I want to mention is that the concealer has a scent. I put it on my hand. I didn't notice it, honestly, when I applied it, and I didn't notice it throughout the day, but I want to be more attentive towards scent because I know it bothers a lot of people. So if you want to know if this has scent, it does. The concealer scent is not super intense. Like I mentioned, I didn't even notice it when I applied it, but the blush was more in your face. Like you could smell the blush more. So for those that are sensitive, both of these have a scent. So those are my thoughts for now. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Have you tried this concealer? I saw that so many colors were sold out at Sephora when I was kind of trying to do a little research to see what other people thought. And I was kind of the only one that felt like it separated under their eyes. So that's why I want to hear your thoughts on this. Also, are there any products that I should try from Valentino? I really like the blush, so I'm tempted to get the bronzer, but it was out of stock. So whenever it comes in stock, I'm probably going to pick that up. Maybe at the Sephora sale that's coming up soon. So that's everything for now. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.